Forgive me for not wanting to get all dolled up.
Okay,
But I'm
okay.
here.
The one thing that we all appreciate is that you still you send a nice you send a picture, and then we got you here. So hopefully your followers will stick. Will bear for another day. So from this week on, guys, we're gonna be live streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 7 MST. Okay. I am doing not so hot in school, so I need to dedicate more time to that. And we have a bunch of different obligations. So, but for right now, we're gonna be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 7 MST, and hopefully you guys will love it. So, Lisa, I sent you a couple of links today, but I mean the elephant in the room is this right here. I am uh, I am heartbroken. Why every time that we get some kind of incident happening in the United States, people resource to this kind of violence, and looting and why they? It's like they taking advantage of anything that happened, like people can't wait for who's gonna be the next person who's gonna get killed, so I can go get ahead and try to get my $199 TV out of Walmart, without paying for it. It's very sad, Look at the people on the streets, and it's not everybody, because I know the hundreds and the millions of people who are actually working on a day-to-day basis in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a huge place, and I know that the poverty level in Philadelphia is very high, but thousands and hundreds of thousands of people works in Philadelphia. So when you drive home, or when let's say you're going to Walmart to buy some milk, and then, oh, by the way, can't get to Walmart because it's looted. Somebody. This is crazy. What do you think about this?
Well, it's not even just that, people rely on Walmart for other things as well, like pharmacy. There's probably like a lot of um, sick or elderly people who can't pick up their medications. Um, some things, could be life and death, like insulin. Um, there are some medications that you can't pharmacy shop for.
Correct.
There are some controlled substances, um, like for ADHD. I know I take it. That like I can't just say, oh well, hey, the Walmart's looted, so I'm gonna pick it up over here. No, 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 no. Um, the government doesn't allow you to do that because it's a controlled substance. So there's like a lot of people that are screwed by that. Nobody thinks about that.
You know,
Walmart's not just for TVs.
it's very sad that people take advantage of this, because this is just taking advantage of situations, and then I know that in one hand we have the situation where uh, people are having issues based on the fact that somebody got shot, or so somebody think it's an injustice, somebody think X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? But why are we not allowing justice plays its course? I'm looking at this right here, and I see a bunch of. I won't even call these children. I will call these young adults. Just like look at this nonsense. People just driving into Walmart on vans. Like earlier today, I saw a van from a U-Haul. So somebody got enough money to get a U-Haul, and and then come here and loot to that Walmart instead of where is the look another $1995 U-Haul. This is crazy. Somebody rented a U-Haul to freaking and this is the thing, they're parked very nice because they're not trying to get a
I wish
ticket.
somebody would zoom in on that license plate because they're, committing a crime. And I would like to see U-Haul do something about that. They're committing a crime in their vehicle. They
Correct.
don't want to be a co-conspirator. So I think that they need to do something about that.
It's very sad. It's very sad that that we're going through this. But something that I was talking today to some individuals is that people keep saying, how every American in the United States have weapons, and then this one this, and then the one comment that stood out to me was that this individual said, this is the same people who fought the British, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then I start thinking about it, and then I started doing research, and I was like, now they just have better weapons, more weapons, you know. So when people are saying that, I see comments about the purge X, Y, and Z. I will be very careful. I will be very careful on what people are asking, because this could be very tragic. If we really think about it, look at this nonsense. I mean, and this is the problem that 90, I will say 70% of the people, maybe 60% of the people, are marching in peace. Hey, Heavyweight, what's going on, man? But my question is, what about that other 40% who are just not doing the right thing? And then when people at home are watching, you know what, why the news are so important? Because people at home are watching this kind of shit. And you can see here, maybe 700, 800 people, maybe 1,000 people, you know. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Uh, if I can find it real quick, the population of Philadelphia is 1.5 million people. 1.5 million people. So when you put 1,000 people, 2,000 people, it's not even a 1%. You know, it's not even
Right.
a 1%. So people are at home right now are thinking, this kind of craziness cannot continue happening. I need to vote. And that goes to the to heavy waters. Comment of the day. How are we feeling about the election these days? I am feeling better by the day. uh, what do you think about that,
I don't
Lisa?
know. I'm still sticking to my story about there being funny business.
Do you really think that? I mean, Biden he's not even campaigning anymore. He quit it last week. He was like, "Nah, I'm not doing nothing else." To me, it's like if they already knew their loss. What
Um,
what was the whole
I
point of the what was
he's
the whole point
an
of the
old
go
man
ahead.
who can't hang.
Or do you think that they're so confident that they're gonna win the election that Biden decided not to? I mean, have you seen the rallies of Biden? I mean, 7 people go, and then you see Kamala Harris like look into the horizon, like to the horizon, like, oh, there's 3 people right there in front of you, uh, uh, or when they did the drive-through event where there were like 20 cars. Obama just did a rally for supporting Biden. I don't think about 1,000 people went to that thing. Uh, but what I'm saying, Lisa, is this is it right here. This is it. The millions and the millions of people are watching this nonsense take place. And then let me tell you something. What I see, what we're seeing right here on the background is a peaceful protest. God bless them. God bless them. God bless the people who are doing this peaceful protesting. Because they're doing pretty good.
So
They're doing
peaceful.
good.
I heard that about 30 cops were injured.
Oh well.
One of them even got hit by a truck and she has a broken leg.
Oh, it's she.
Yeah, she.
Oh, you see, this is terrible. But what I'm referring to is about I'm watching at the live stream right here, and then I see the marching. I see this I consider this a peaceful protest, so I'm okay with this. Now when you bring in the factors of people being injured, police officers, female police officers, and God bless the men and women of the law enforcement. I gotta tell you, man. Breaks my heart, because this is the people that in the event that a woman is being raped or a man is being raped, in the woman of domestic violence, in the event of a of a how you call it, serious crime, yeah,
Yeah.
like a murder or homicide, one of those things. They're probably the same. This is the people that you call the police. You call 911, and then they send, a couple of patrol, cars, and then I mean, look at this right here. This is what I see here is peaceful. What you're talking about it's very sad. It's very sad that we have individuals who are damaging and utilizing this kind of protest to loot and to fire and to get people injured, you know, and to go to Walmart. Look at this right here. This right here, as we are seeing, Aramingo Beverage right here. This is a local establishment. Right here, what I have on the TV. This is owned by the poor people of Philadelphia, owned and managed by the poor people of Philadelphia. And people are trying to loot into it so they can get a beer or two. You see, people are walking like there's nothing, you know, like people are leaving the cars in the middle of the street. Doors are open. Look at this guy, you know? Look at these guys. I mean, what kind of decency do we have in the United States when we have this? And let me tell you something, Lisa. I think this is how it's going to change within the next 4 years. I think that the United States as a whole will be granting the same rights of under the Second Amendment for every single citizen in every single state, and the Castle Doctrine will apply to all 50 states. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think every single citizen should have a weapon.
Don't you? Well, every single law-abiding citizen. That's what I mean.
I don't think every single law-abiding citizen should have a weapon.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
you're correct. Yeah, you're Marxist. You know, here we go.
no,
Here
I'm
we go,
not.
Stalin.
There are some valid exceptions
Like what?
for like those with um those like incapacitated adults.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know, if you don't have your mental fact, like Joe Biden should not have a gun.
He should not. He should not own an AR-15. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, if you do not have all of the mental capabilities to appreciate you, in order for you to be a responsible gun owner, you need to have appreciation for the consequences. If you do not have appreciation for the consequences, then you don't need to have something as powerful as a weapon. So it's not even just like incapacitated adults. It could be, you know, sociopaths, psychopaths. They do not have appreciation for consequences.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So I don't think that they should have a weapon.
Okay.
But as
Okay.
far as for everybody else who are healthy and all together, sure.
Okay. I'm with you. I mean, but I got to tell you, you know, there's got to be some kind of rules, of course, you know, like we have right now. But I don't see why we're gonna have, you know, a big problem with this. You know, I don't think it's a big problem. You think it's a big problem?
I mean, well, you have some people who are very, strict, Second Amendment people, where the Constitution does say that the government does not have a right to infringe upon one's rights. But when it comes to things such as weapons, um, and I do mean things that are designed to be weapons. I'm not talking about your mom's chancla, okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about things that are designed to be weapons. I think that there should be some sort of caveat for that.
And how you pretend to implement those uh, those restrictions? You know, law, more laws, because we already have so many of those laws already into effect.
Yeah, they already have background checks. I just don't think that there's like background checks for like mental health checks,
Okay, okay,
and part of that is because of HIPAA laws. But I think that if you could just do a quick check for what do you call it? Like, have they ever been committed, whether it was involuntary or voluntary? That's just a quick hospital check. I ran hospital checks for my job. Like, it doesn't give you any information, it just tells you what hospital. So, like, do a quick hospital check. Or, I don't think that that's on a gun background check. And also, well, if you do a criminal background check, then that crosses out the sociopaths and psychopaths. Well, at least those that have never been caught before. And then if you could just do a quick court check to see if they're like for family court, to see if there are any adults who are under some sort of guardianship or conservatorship. And then that will take care of the incapacitated adults. See,
Correct.
boom, just three things. That's all you got to do, just three things: hospital check, family court check, and criminal background check.
Now,
Boom, that's it.
now, let's talk about something else, so we can come back to the streets of Philadelphia that are burning right now. By the way, I need to call my brother, or something. So, Lee, Senator Lee, Democrat, okay, he reaped the Democrats counterparts during Barrett's confirmation, and he said, do you know who I'm talking about?
No, say it again. He did what to her?
Senator Lee. Let me show you right here. We're here, Mike Lee, Democrat that supports Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Let me share it to you guys real quick.
Oh,
Okay.
he voted for her.
Oh yes, of course.
Awesome.
Let me play you a quick audio from his speech.
Mr. President, it's an honor and a privilege to speak on behalf of the confirmation of Judge Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court of the United States today. One of Judge Barrett's familiar themes, one that she has invoked in speeches when speaking about the Constitution and about the role of the federal judiciary, document will hold you back, close quote. Judge Barrett points out a very critical matter here, an absolutely essential matter, which is, first of all, that the whole point of having a Constitution involves restraining and restricting government. As it relates to the judiciary, it involves acknowledging the necessarily limited, finite, and confined role of the judiciary. Sometimes when people refer to the three branches of the federal government,
So the same senator that we have right here just went bananas against Democrats because they were doing a very poor job, treating Judge Barrett. Do you think that if the Democrats win, they will pack the Supreme Court?
Well, they already said that they would.
And how can we allow them to do these kind of things? I mean,
We don't have a say.
we don't have a say
I
in
mean,
this?
other than vote for Republicans. Oh, I'm looking at the video now. I thought that guy was a Republican.
Oh, Mike Lee, he is a Republican. Yes, I
Oh,
misspoke.
okay. That's why I was like, wait, what? um, but yeah. Other than vote for Republicans into both branches, there really isn't anything that we can do. We're not a a democracy. We're a republic. So we don't have a direct vote
You know,
or direct say.
I'm looking at the video in the middle right here, and it's very sad, seeing these kids walking out with the orange boxes and the green boxes of VCO TVs,
And that sucks. Like, why would you bring your children there? Like,
Look at these guys,
mm-mm-mm.
they don't even care. They just dragging the boxes, like fuck it, they don't care. One dude just walk out, just so one box. Oh, you see, they're checking. Oh, this box is
I
empty.
would be like, let's get, a team of CPS people out here because this is no place for children.
Yeah,
So let's round them up. Isn't that what the government does anyway? Don't they be taking people kids away?
this is so sad, man. This is so sad. I think there's a vehicle rather. Anyway, this is so sad.
Yeah, this is not a place for children whatsoever.
This is not a place for nobody to be doing these kind of things,
Mm-mm.
Anyway, um, So going back to this to the subject, and I digress. This thing right here. Let's say Biden wins. In the event that they rig the election and they win, or they win outright, whatever. Can Biden say tomorrow, "Hey, I need 20 judges to the Supreme Court, confirm them"? He won't be able to confirm 20 people to the Supreme Court, and then have 20 Democrats or 24 Democrats and 5 Republicans. Um,
And if the Senate approves them.
No, but the Senate and the House. Well, the Senate is we still have the Senate for 2 more years.
So in 2 years, then if the Democrats take over the Senate, then that's all they could do. Like literally, that's all the Senate has been doing, is approving all of Trump's judges. Like he put like 100 and something judges into court. That's all they've been doing is approving judges, approving judges.
Well, he did it.
Then
he did it when we started.
Can do the same.
No, he did it when he started because Obama left those empty vacancies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes to court packing, it's just the same process. They'll just, they could very well skip the whole, hearings. They could just go straight to voting, like line them up, like customer number 175 next.
This is crazy. This is very
and then
crazy.
Just have a vote.
So let's go into the second thing. And this is killing me because as I am seeing right here, Trump supporters are facing a bunch of backslash when it comes to showing their support for the president. It's getting ridiculous to the point where people are being hurt and injured. Why is the police ain't doing nothing? Why it seems like the police is like just ignoring the facts.
The police?
Yeah, the police.
Are you talking about with regards to this looting and rioting?
Well, not this looting and rioting. I'm talking about there's a surge of Trump supporters being injured while supporting the president in this how you call it, in these manifestations. Like the other day they caught a football player, driving a Ferrari, waving a gun on the middle of the road, trying to go to practice or something, from Arizona, I think. They have all these people, acting like fools, messing up with Trump supporters just because.
Because nobody's going to do anything about it. I mean, the police themselves are being attacked, so you can't even call the police. You call the police, and they're just just as much in danger as anybody else.
So do you think that after November, if Trump wins, we will have martial law?
I think either way, we're going to have more trouble. I already told you that.
Wow, this is crazy.
I've only been telling you that since I've been doing this show with you. Now that it's like in your face, I hope you believe me when I tell you stuff.
I mean, and this is the thing, because martial law will apply. I mean, all I want is for all these people right here. Most of these people committing these crimes right here are not criminals. And let me give you my take right here. These are people who are desperate, who are desperate for. I mean, because you gotta take yourself into this position of, hey, I'm gonna go to Walmart and loot and steal in my vehicle, in my POV. Hopefully, nothing happened to me. It's very sad. It's very sad. And then what we're seeing right here is just the looting. We haven't seen who got stabbed or who got shot. Or who got robbed, or who got raped, or who got, and then you see the police are getting ready to start doing something. I mean, look at this sketch right here. Not even 10 police officers right here. Hands crossed.
I only predict it getting worse.
they're trying to go to this little rainbow building when Walmart there's 300 people in Walmart. What they're not doing something, you know?
And I don't know if Trump gets reelected, I don't know how I don't know what's going to happen. I know that the White House is surrounded by enemies. It's in a town of enemies, and I don't know the pulse of the military. I know that the military hero, like idols,
Correct.
they have talked talked out openly against Trump, and I don't know if the military will side with their idols over the commander in chief. I don't know the pulse of the military. I know that the military has too many foreigners in it, which I don't like because it makes me question their loyalty. I don't know.
You know,
I don't know if
I
Trump will
have
be safe.
I have trust in the military. I have trust in the military because I know that the one thing that the military do well and do it very efficiently is following orders. You know, if they receive orders from the president, if they receive orders from the White House, from the Senate about, hey, this is what we're going to do. These are going to be the rules of engagement. I am 100% sure that people will follow those rules, and we will not have to worry about soldiers, airmen, sailors, marines taking a stand on or a different like a personal stand into this.
It's
Uh,
not a personal stand against the president, but it's what's that one guy, the most beloved general? What's his name? It's like something, isn't it like Mad Dog or something
no,
like
I
that?
mean that's not such a thing. I mean, who cares?
What's his name?
I mean, General Mad Dog. Yeah, he's a Marine guy. The thing is that doesn't matter
He
doesn't matter
he
if
is
you're.
beloved by them.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that he's going to go ahead and he's going to go publicly and say, "Hey, defy the
There you go.
orders of the
Mattis.
president."
Thank you, Will G. Okay, Mattis is, I mean, when I say he's beloved by the Marines, I mean they are ride or die for him.
I
Like
don't. I don't think so.
legit
No,
ride or die for him.
I don't
And
think so.
I honestly, who commands them? Will they go with whatever Mattis says, or will they go with the commander in chief who is being made out to be an enemy via propaganda daily? I think that they would go with whatever Mattis says. They trust Mattis. They don't know Trump. They trust Mattis, who's been in the dirt. Trump has never been to war.
I understand what you're saying, but Mattis is no longer the man in charge, and then I'm sure that he will not take a stand. He will not take a stand on saying, "Hey, I defy the president orders, follow me," because I'm sure that he wants to keep his security clearance. There's so many things. I mean, his.
See, you're thinking so trivial. You're thinking so freaking trivial. Okay, if Mattis wanted to actually take a stand, do you really think, what do you call it? Security clearance matters? Stuff like that will not exist when we're talking about a civil war.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get to a civil war. This is
Oh, okay.
there's. I mean, that's far fetched, from
There's
real.
definitely no evidence that could happen. I mean, we've only already done it at least once. But hey, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that the thing right now is that the power of the army, the power of the armed forces, and the Department of Defense, the tools they have. I mean, there's so many layers that you have to break before we go into civil war. It's ridiculous. And the only thing that the government has to do is stop sending the checks. Stop sending checks. So
You think that matters?
yeah.
Well, actually, I take that back. There are a lot of paycheck soldiers. That is true. but there are a lot who are just in it for the honor.
Just think about this. Let's say that the government decided to say, "Hey, welfare recipients, since we're going into civil war, you guys won't have any money from now. Done. And by the way, if you have any money on any bank, it's being your assets are frozen. Done. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? It's over. It's
The
over.
same thing that happened before. They go to war.
I don't. But you can go to war without money.
That's not when people make such bold stands, that doesn't matter. You're talking about things that are completely irrelevant.
It matters when you have 320. Let's say you have 350 million people in America. Let's say out of the 350, 200 or 150 receive welfare. Out of the one, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, as soon as you as soon as you cut the paycheck to your mother and to your sister and your uncle and this and that and your family over there, you know what they're gonna say? Stop.
Really? Because I am pretty sure that China has way more people than we do, and they themselves has been in a civil war. And oh, wait a minute, what's that little country called? India. They also had. Not only did India have a civil war, but they cut themselves out. They cut a part of themselves out and made Pakistan. Do you think that when they were going through all that, they were worried about welfare checks or security clearances?
Well, I think
no.
You're not talking about superpower. You're talking about India, and then who remain in power
India
in China?
Has way more people than we do. They're in the billions. We're still in the millions.
Who remains in power after China had their civil war?
That's irrelevant. That has nothing to do. Whether we are a superpower and they're not is irrelevant.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna stay with the side of the people that's still getting paid.
Okay, well, you have no idea about people's hearts and feelings, and what sucks is that you yourself were a soldier. So how does that not make sense to you?
It makes perfect sense to me that we will never, ever, ever, as I see right now, we will never go to civil war again. Not in America.
Because these little thingies here and there are not the starting stages of it.
No, not the starting stages of nothing.
Okay. So, I mean, tell that to the Archduke Franz Ferdinand when somebody threw a bomb in his car, when it was Bosnian Lives Matter, because instead of Black Lives Matter, it was Bosnian Lives Matter. And that Bosnian dude threw a Molotov cocktail into the Archduke Franz Ferdinand motorcade, blowing up him and his wife, Sophia. So I'm just saying, that's how shit goes down. That's how shit gets started.
Okay, well, we can agree to disagree, but let's go to the next topic. 91 people got arrested yesterday, and 30 cops got hurt within the last 40 hours in Philadelphia, which is the same nonsense that we're seeing right here. Let me show you this video, guys. I really want you guys to see this, and then you tell me what are you thinking about it. Let me see if it doesn't send me a freaking. Come on, YouTube. I know they ad. So what do you think about that? You think, 91 people hurt, injured. I'm sorry, 91 people arrested.
I told you there was like that one lady cop. She got hit by a car.
That is crazy. Let's see.
And
Philadelphia,
she got a broken leg.
Riots overnight there. 30 officers hurt and more than 30 people have been arrested after violence erupted overnight, Ainsley.
Several stores looted and damaged during the unrest there. The protests growing now after police shot and killed a man who had a knife and wouldn't put it down.
Look at this. Jackie Ibanez joins us live. She's been covering this story all night. Jackie, the sun's coming up and everything seems to be broken or stolen.
Yep. Now it's time to look at what's left. Brian, Stephen, Ainsley, one officer in critical condition this morning and 29 other officers with minor injuries after chaos erupted in the streets of Philadelphia overnight, which you saw following a deadly police shooting just hours earlier. Hundreds of people marching through the streets demanding police reform before violence erupted. Protesters were seen looting, throwing bricks and rocks at officers, setting a cruiser on fire, and even running a sergeant over. Look at this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He hit a cop! Oh my God, he hit a cop!
Unbelievable. A black pickup truck plowing through an intersection there. The sergeant was taken to the hospital with a broken leg. The driver was reportedly arrested. The unrest starting when police responded to a call about a man with a knife. He was later identified as 27-year-old Walter Wallace Jr. You can see him right here in this video. He reportedly approached two officers with the knife as they ordered him to drop it. A woman believed to be Wallace's mother begs officers not to shoot. When he moved them again, that's when the officers opened fire and shot several times. One of the officers drove Wallace to the hospital where he later died. Both officers involved have been taken off duty this morning while the city's district attorney investigates. Steve, Brian, Ainsley.
All right, we thank you very much.
So what we're thinking about this? What we're thinking about this? You know, can somebody tell me how crazy I am? I mean, am I that crazy? Am I? You know, what's going on, Elisa? I mean, clearly the guy was charging to the police officers with a knife, and how people are saying this is unjustified. How people can dare to? I mean, what? I mean, somebody is causing a problem. He's armed with a deadly weapon. The police officers show over there, you know, and then after you call them and the police officers shows over there, then you're gonna tell them, nope, do not shoot the guy. You know, subdue him with the brain power. What are we expecting? I mean, I don't know. I'm lost. Can you help me out, Lisa?
Well, in this particular case, it's my understanding that the guy, the decedent, has a history of like some sort of mental illness.
Okay.
Which would explain why the mom was probably out there trying to intervene. I'm not saying that the cops weren't justified. I mean, if the guy is charging at him with a knife, but my thing is, I mean, Philadelphia isn't, I mean, it's not a poor, you know, middle of nowhere town. Did they not have any alternative equipment other than a gun? Or, I mean, he's standing there. Could they not like get him in the kneecap? You know what I'm saying? It's not as intense as a firearm, you know, because you can't be faster than the bullet, but you can certainly be faster than a guy charging at you with a knife and hit him in the kneecap. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how many officers, I don't know what they, I mean, we're hiring police officers, you know, we're hiring civilians, human beings to do a policing job, you know. We're not hiring RoboCop, you know, who's gonna be over there 1 second, papa, I'm gonna pop you right in. Don't worry, I'm a robot. You can move all you want, papa, right in.
But know? it's a guy with a knife. It's not the same thing as a guy with a bullet.
Well, we have seen.
Then again, like I said, I also don't know what other equipment does the Philadelphia Police Department. You can't be mad at them for using what is given to them. If you have a problem with it, you need to talk to your local freaking government and ask them, with all the money you have with your budget, why don't you have alternative equipment?
You know, Will G is saying, thanks, Lisa. That's all that's needed. The decrement. I mean, I understand that, you know, I mean, in the right mind of somebody who has their right mind, you know, telling a police officer to shoot people on the knee is just not.
I'm not saying that
it just doesn't make any sense. You know,
possible in every situation. Again, if it was a gun,
so which situation
that cannot apply.
Which situation
because
this is going to apply to?
They cannot be faster than the bullet.
So which situation this is going to apply to? You know, I mean,
well, a guy with a knife is a lot slower than a bullet.
No.
Right?
No. Well, of course, yeah. You can make.
I mean, he's not the Flash.
Yeah, you're making that's a good thing. Okay, but you got to think about I mean, how many people?
And actually, I don't think he was charging. I think he was just disobeying orders.
No, he was charging. We just saw the video. He was charging toward them. The police back up from him twice, and he charged again the third time when he came across the vehicle.
So what you're saying is they had plenty of time to cap him in the knee.
No, they had.
If they had to back up from him twice, I mean, there's nothing but time there.
So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I don't think there's such a thing as is when he's capping him in the knee, the correct answer. Because let's say that they cap him in the knee on the first time that he oh no, too aggressive. Let's say that he cap him in the knee on the second time, no, too aggressive. On the third time, on the fourth time, on the fifth time, oh no, too aggressive. But then he shot him. Oh, too aggressive. No, they tase him. Too aggressive. Why we stop? When are we gonna stop giving the criminals the benefit of the doubt?
I'm not giving the criminal the benefit of the doubt, and I'm not saying that every situation is the same. I'm literally saying that this is an exception. It is not the same every time, but in this particular situation, all you gave me that they had nothing but time.
Yeah,
if they were able to back away from him twice, I think they had nothing but time.
This is what I think. I think that the police every police officer in every single state should give him a 40-foot long stick. Okay? A 40-foot long stick. So when they see the criminal, they can stay 40 foot long away from the criminal and poke him with the stick. Like, don't come towards me, And then
you're being ridiculous now.
Just think about it while you're telling me.
You're being ridiculous now. In the time
just think about it while you're telling me. You're telling me
if they had time to back up twice, they have time to think and assess the situation. It is not a heated situation. It's not a gun.
Heavy water got
with a gun point. You do not have time.
So
do you understand the difference? They have time to use critical thinking.
This is but the thing that we cannot have, that we will never agree with, is what critical thinking is. I mean Joe Biden was he is the same guy who was saying, oh, we need to send social workers with the police officers to criminal events. Every time there's somebody out there with a gun, having hostages or something, we need to send somebody who with a background on mental health, because maybe he can pursue them. Come on.
Yes, if it's a hostage situation, you do. It's called a negotiator. That's literally what they do.
How many times, Lisa? Let's be real. Let's be real. How many times those hostage situation and the guy with the like the James Bond, hey, I'm calling you. I want to know what are your requests. We're gonna send you pizza now. Pizza, from where you want the pizza from. Pizza. I mean, it's stupid.
That's not all. You're thinking about television, and there is a lot of things. Okay. There are a lot of things that you can do and learn about somebody just by asking them questions that you think are
you're saying that you're
non-consequential.
Oh, Jesus.
You can really, really manipulate people and calm them down. I think in this situation, again, the cops are legally justified because somebody was charging with them with a weapon, and he would not listen to commands. But I also think this would have been a good time for officers to use critical thinking, and you better believe that stick, they learn critical thinking in the academy.
So Will G
I had to learn critical thinking.
Will G right here is saying, hey, but they should not be sending to the next dimension either. What Will is saying right here is like, now we need to train the police officers to shoot, not to kill. Like, oh, you should shoot him in the clavicle. It's the same thing as the far-fetched Lisa's request of shooting him in the knee. I mean, Just imagine right here. One second.
Again,
One
I am
second.
not saying that that is
Hold
the
the knee.
case
1 second, Lisa. I'm trying
in
to cheat the
every
knee.
situation.
I'm trying to cheat the knee of the guy.
Because in every situation, you don't have the time to think. You only have the time to react.
Lisa, the knee.
But in this
Guy
situation,
just moved the knee.
they did have the time to think. If they had time to
Just
back up
shoot
at
him on the knee.
least 2 times before the guy charged at him a third, they had time to
do
think.
what? To do what? To throw a net over the guy? You know? Okay, let's throw
I
a net.
don't know what other tools
So
the
if you don't,
Philadelphia Police Department has,
oh no.
but if all they have is a gun, then that is still
Nothing.
not the officer's fault. I would not put the blame on the officers. That is a problem with the local government, and the beef should be with the local government and not the officers involved, because the officers can only use what the local government gives them.
Hey Lisa, can you go through the chat real quick while I take my dog?
I'm in the chat.
While I take my dog out potty, he's looking at me like take me out.
Oh, okay.
Like for real. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. 1 second. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. Look at that dude. Can you see that dude?
Is this like Sir Luke?
Yeah, he is. Right there. He's just looking at me like take me out. 1 second. I'll be back in a second, guys. All right, Luki, let's go potty. I know you want to go potty.
So, Will, what do you mean that they should be sent into the next dimension either? Are you trying to say that Captain in the Knee will send them flying? Heavy Water, how about if the criminal agrees only to stab the cop in the knee, then the cops won't shoot? Heavy Water, I repeat, this, I'm not making a blanket statement. I am only referring to this particular incident. And in this particular incident, the officers had time to utilize some critical thinking. It's my understanding that the decedent had some mental health issues, which explains why the mom is yelling, please don't shoot. And I don't know if I don't know what equipment the Philadelphia Police Department has, but a guy with a knife is not the same thing as a guy with a gun. It is not the same thing. So I'm only referring to this situation. In Heavy Water, I still think that the cops were justified, because in the legal sense, there was still the guy charging at them with a weapon. So I'm not saying that the cops are to blame. I just think that this is an example of when cops should have taken the opportunity to use critical thinking. Will G, the police are shooting to kill. So Will, if you're just like a lay person and you're taking some self-defense gun training classes, you're still being taught center mass. So it's not that the police are shooting to kill. That is just general shooting. You are taught center mass, and it doesn't matter where you are. Police officer, gun enthusiast, self-defense person, army, military. You're trying to aim for the center mass.
That's the only way people should be shooting at center mass. That's it.
Yeah.
If you have to,
so it's not exclusive to the police. I don't think that that's fair to say that the police are shooting to kill. That's just how you learn how to shoot.
Well, that's the only way that you shoot. If you are employing your gun, okay, now you have to. At that moment, at the moment that you employ your gun, you identify imminent threat. Life or bodily injury. So you have to defend yourself. And as a police officer, you're an asset of the state. So that's one. So you need to make sure that the state property is stay in intact. Okay, you got to protect yourself. The second thing, the officers in this case, they held the impulse to protect themselves, so long, that give the. I mean, we're asking, and Lisa, you're asking me about, or you're saying to me, the officers have enough time to shoot him on the knee or employ something else. The same thing applies to the criminal. The criminal have the same amount of time to say, you know what, I'm not gonna charge this officer with this knife today.
Not this criminal. This criminal has a mental disability. That's why I'm trying to tell you.
So why
this particular situation?
What a guy with mental disability is doing with a knife on the streets?
Yeah, he's a crazy person. You understand? He does not have critical thinking. He does not have the capacity to think, oh, wait a minute, for all you know, all he hears is people yelling at him.
So who called the police? Why they didn't?
I don't know who called the police.
Why they didn't de-escalate the whole thing before? We are not thinking. We are just not thinking. We are calling the police. Hey, there's a guy with a knife here. About to kill some people. Then, excuse me. The police arrive. I almost choked myself with some M&Ms. The police arrive. I should not be eating M&Ms, by the way.
Eat them M&Ms. You'll do anything to not be recalled back into duty if there is a civil war.
There won't be no civil war, Mija. Mija, there will not.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There won't be no civil war. And then we're like, oh, the police did it too much, Well, so next time, don't call the police. Next time, call LeBron James. LeBron James, are you paying me $7 million?
No, what you're saying makes no sense. If somebody, a random person says, hey, there's a dude outside with a knife, yeah, they're going to call the police. But when the police were out there, the mom is out there yelling at them, please don't shoot him.
Like, run away. I got this. Run away, I got this.
Doing that because he has some sort of mental issue.
This is the problem. This is the problem that you see, okay? The police officers are called to the scene. Now the police officers are there and they see this individual with a knife who has a mental issue, okay? And then they see a mother who is trying to defend her son, but at the same time, she could be a victim. So let's say that the police officers decide, you know what, mom, you got this. We're gonna back up, and then the guy goes stab the mom. Guess what happened? Now the family sued the police department because they didn't protect the mom. But now, if they go ahead and then they protect everybody, but they shot the guy, the family is gonna sue the police officers. This is it's a joke.
No,
it's a joke.
No. I did not say anything about the police leaving and saying, "Mom, you got this." I did not say anything. You're going way too far.
Heavy Water wants Kung Fu to be police officer.
Let me put it to you like this.
One second. Heavy Water, he wants Kung Fu and Taekwondo police officers.
No. Let me put it to you this way.
Go ahead.
So you suffer from PTSD, right?
Correct.
And I want you to try to recall one of your worst episodes.
Got it?
Okay. And if, let's say, you just happen to have some sort of weapon with you, and if the police are there, do you think that they should just shoot you? Because if all you hear is yelling, you cannot process what they're saying. You cannot process what's going on. You cannot process the situation. All you hear is yelling.
So,
and if you don't drop your weapon, do you think the police should shoot you?
You have a point. You got a point, okay? But I'm going to tell you based on my experience, okay? So at the beginning, I didn't realize or I didn't believe in PTSD, okay? To me, that was like a joke. People suffering from PTSD, they just wanted money from the military. They're not sick, whatever. I thought that the brain power, because I was very, all my life I've been so healthy, like super healthy. You know, I never get sick, never. I mean, never. But then one day, and I'm gonna tell the story here. I don't know if you guys heard the story before. I was driving my white pickup truck. I used to have a Dodge Ram 3500 dually, big truck, beautiful truck, by the way. And I'm driving on base, and I sneeze. I just sneeze, and when I sneeze, I close my eyes, and for a second, I was back in Afghanistan, you know, and it wasn't no 1080p 60. It wasn't no 2K, no 4K. It was like I was bad in Afghanistan. Like, what the fuck, you know? Like, even I felt the heat of Afghanistan for like 2 seconds, but to me that was like, wow, what of 2 seconds, yeah. So when I opened my eyes, after got this flashback, my vision turned sideways, you know. So I got what we call vertigo, extreme case of vertigo. So I managed to park my vehicle by twisting my head. Don't ask, just the glory of God, you know. I'm telling you, that was God that helped me out. I parked my vehicle, and then I went to work, which I had to crawl to my office, and then Sergeant Kramer took me to the hospital. From that moment on, I started feeling, I started experiencing symptoms of PTSD, you know. And the first thing I did is, we have a safe in my house, and I told my wife, this is what happened to me today. I am not yet sure what is going on, but I want you to have all the guns in your all the guns, I want everything to be locked, you know, because I don't know what's going to happen. So through treatment and through therapy, I was able to manage it to a level where I know, and the doctors know, and we are safe, you know. But that's something that you have to live with, you know. So it took personal courage of me. It took accountability from me to say, hey, I am not all right, you know. But we're not seeing these individuals, these criminals on the streets, you know, with knives and weapons and walking around, you know, going crazy. When we start thinking about, are they taking accountability of their steps, or are we just gonna say, no, he was born like this, you know, he has this all his life, you know, yeah, he's just being a problem child, you know, all his life, you know, and now, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
I'm sorry, but not every person with a mental disability has PTSD like you do. Some people have really serious issues.
Correct. I agree.
I don't know what this particular person's mental health issues are.
Good.
It could very well be something very extreme. So for you to just sit there and just discount him and just blow him off like that is disgusting.
No, I'm not blowing him.
You have no idea.
Blowing him off.
Do not
I am not
know
blowing
what
him
his
off this
issue
way.
is.
No, you're incorrect. So I am not blowing him off this way, you know. I put you asked me about my experience. I explained my experience. And based on my experience, I give you an outcome. I'm not saying that everybody over there who has
but
PTSD.
You applied it to him as if he is suffering from the same thing as you.
What I say to you is that we don't know.
You even refer to him as a criminal, and you don't even know his name.
I wasn't speaking about him. I was talking about everybody who commits crimes that end up with either a weapon or a gun, or in this case, a knife, you know. And then are we asking, is this individual taking accountability of his mental situation or of his
But I'm
health?
only talking about this guy, and he may not have the mental capability to take accountability for himself.
Well, you don't know. Unless
you're right.
Unless you know for a fact.
And that's what I'm saying. But for the mom to be out there, it tells me that it's something, and that it's not nothing.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Whatever, you know, your mom be there, you know, your mom be there for whatever, you know, whatever reason happened to you, you know, you just got to town, your mom there, you got out of jail, your mom there, you're getting a ticket from the cop, your mom there, you know what I mean? You ran a stop sign, you know, police officer trying to give you a ticket, your mom's right there, you know, no, just give him a ticket, he's doing nothing, just give me a ticket. Come on. Whatever.
No. I'm going to go, and until I hear otherwise, I am going to go in there, as this guy is clearly having some sort of episodic situation.
Okay, I agree.
And no, the police would not know that. And I'm not going to say that the police should have known, or the police should have did this and that. I still say the police legally did not do anything wrong in this situation. But I do want to point out that this is another situation where the cops had some time. A knife is not the same as a gun.
Do you want me to play you? I can play you 1,000 different videos right here from YouTube when a criminal with a knife kill a police officer.
Go for it.
Because the police officer just tried to play the mental.
The police could have acted, but they could have acted differently.
So what you're trying? This is what I'm proposing. I'm proposing a brand new very we're gonna call it the platinum deal gun. You know what I mean? The platinum whatever. The platinum AK-47. It's just gonna be a pistol or a rifle, you know, that you shoot to people and immediately they get paralyzed. Immediately, you know. That's what we need to find, you know. That's what we need to find, you know. So
no, it was a two-man team. It was a two-man team. Just think about like the guy at Wendy's.
No.
It's a two-man team. One shoots the taser fails, so then the other one is there for backup to shoot him with the real gun.
What about when you don't have
the
same
situation?
Team? What about when you don't
Start
have
with the taser?
What about when you don't have
If the
it?
Philadelphia police is equipped with it, again, I don't know what they are equipped with.
Okay.
And Will G, I see your statement that the police have all the equipment to restrain a person. Will G, that is not true. Every police department has different budgets, and they do not all have the same thing. There are some police out there that are lucky to even have a gun. I wonder if they even got bullets in there. That's how poor they are.
There's some police officers who are lucky enough to have the time to go to the range and qualify every year. Because I'm telling you, not every police department over there has billions and billions of dollars, you know, and then now the Democrats want to defund the police, so they get less and less money. I mean, they need training, they need weapons, they need sources so they can protect. I mean, they need the platinum weapon, the platinum AK-47, so they can paralyze people. You know,
not the platinum AK-47.
No, we're gonna call it the Merlin. The Merlin is gonna be like a
Merlin.
Yeah, like a wizard one. You know, it will be like
it's
just electrified. You know what? No, that's a taser. You know, it will be like a magic thing. You know, that you point at the people and then people be like, stop. You know, like
why wouldn't they call it the Excalibur? Is there already a gun called the Excalibur?
Yeah, the Excalibur. That would be sexy. You know, I mean, Excalibur. That sounds sexy too.
Yeah, instead of a Merlin, do Excalibur.
Wow, that's good.
I bet you there's already a gun called the Excalibur.
Well, just like, you know, and then Will, this is the thing with you, you know, and people that thinks like you, okay, is that since we start the show and since we start talking about this topic, you have give us, you have come here and you have tell us how the police is guilty on every single scenario. So it doesn't matter what we tell you, you will always say, police guilty. Yeah, police guilty. Trump racist. Biden, 47 years. Nothing but awesomeness, you know, and that's okay. That's okay, and I'm happy that me here today. I we have what's the name of that guy that we have Facebook friend Larry. That we have a friend in Facebook, you know, who you can't just tell him. Elisa spends hours probably sometimes replying to this guy. I mean, I seen 20, 30 replies back and forth, and I'm like, you're just wasting your time.
Fun. You're
just wasting your time. You know why people are wasting their time? Because talking to somebody like you, where you can show them a very clean narrative of Biden doing nothing but passing the crime bill. You know, what's the 1994 crime bill?
Oh, no, it's like 90. Yeah, it might be 94.
Yeah, the 90s crime bill. I mean, calling black people we need to get them don't matter. No, what fuck? No, don't matter. And then when we show that to this guy Larry, he's like, no, he was right. You know, he's like, that's not racist. You know, that's not racist. But Trump gets asked every single second, every single interview, like, hey, you need to denounce KKK. So you know, every time he goes to the rallies, every 7 minutes. Every 7 minutes, I'm going to denounce the KKK. No good. 7 minutes, whoop, they have an alarm. 7 minutes, KKK, no good. You know, and then he's looking at CNN like, oh, CNN is going to use this for something, you know, like fake news. I mean, until these guys start.
I will tell you this: it's never a waste of my time to publicly tell somebody, constantly and in a very harsh and rude and know-it-all way that they're dumb. I get like a lot of pleasure and satisfaction from it. It definitely makes me feel great to put a liberal down.
This guy is like, I
put them down with facts.
Hey, Will,
not name calling.
Will, let me tell you something. And then you probably already voted for Biden. You know, lucky you that you voted for Biden. But let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. This is what I'm saying. This guy is being in politics for 47 years, and I want you to mention me, other than the crime bill. I want you to mention me one thing that you're proud. One of those amazing things that Biden has passed that has helped minorities like Black or Hispanics. And then we're not gonna close this until you tell me. You know, give me two amazing things that he has done, not Obama or somebody else, that help Black or minorities, Hispanics. Okay.
You could throw Obama in there too.
No. I mean, because let me tell you something. Obama, people are gonna say, no, Obama. He came out with the affordable Obamacare. You know, and let me tell you something.
Obamacare is not exclusively for Black people or minorities.
Okay, but I'm saying the Obamacare just left a bunch of people with the penalties that they have.
It did not help.
It didn't. It
did not help poor people at all.
Zero. You know, but everybody got one.
I already went through that. You do not get the subsidy. If you have zero income, you have to pay $1,000 a month. You have no income coming in, but you got to pay $1,000 a month, because that makes sense. But people with income, they get subsidized. Yes, people with income, they need help.
So Will, you go there and you say neither one, okay? And I'm gonna start with number one, okay? The lowest paid 25% of Americans had 4.5% income boost in November 2019, which outpaced a 2.9% gain in earnings for the country. Big words, just to tell you that under Trump, Black and Hispanics made more money than with Obama. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Okay? In 2018, Trump signed the groundbreaking and amazing First Step Act. But in short words, Joe Biden, he put a bunch of people on jails because, minor offenses like drug, weed, whatever the case may be. So that was kind of fucked up that you have 5 cases of weed and then you go to jail for 50 years. So First Step Act is going to start taking these people out of jail, because that's like no good. Okay, I'll just give you 2. Okay, and then the second one directly talks of, implies that the president. Let me give you one more. Pre-COVID-19, African American unemployment, based on your picture, I guess that you're either Indian, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Dominican, or Asian. Let me tell you something about my African American people, okay? Pre-COVID-19, African American unemployment was at an all-time low. And if that right there doesn't give you goosebumps, it doesn't give you the chills, it doesn't give you the wow, like, damn, like, finally, I don't know what will. I really don't know what will. And I'm going to put this link right here Okay, you know, you probably seen it many times. But guess what? You know what people wants to hear. This. You know what people wants to hear. Matter of fact, let me tell you one more. You know that Ice Cube took a contract, okay, a contract to the Biden headquarters, talking to him about how are we going to help black communities. They're talking about Hispanic people, which, by the way, they got to give a couple billions of dollars, or at least 50. Let me tell you something. So Ice Cube took a contract to the Biden campaign. You know the story. I don't need to tell you. And they say, you know, we talk to you after the Olympics, after you vote for me. Remember, if you don't vote for me, you're in black. You know, it's a fuck off, Ice Cube. You know, but guess what? He took it to Trump, and guess what? The Platinum Plan. I mean, do I need to say more? Did you waste your vote? Did you send your vote by mail like many Americans did? And right now you're like, you know. I mean, and now you're trying to divert by saying, LOL, of course, Trump will take and parade it around. You know, this is the problem. This is the problem, Will G. And I'm going to tell you, okay? I want you to be, and not just you. I want anybody, I'm sorry. Anybody who, Lisa, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm sorry. Anybody who's watching this right here. Trump doesn't need the black vote to win. It's simple. It's that simple. Trump only needs half of Hispanics to vote, okay? 25% of others to vote for him, and 50% of the white people to vote for him, registered voters, to win the Electoral College. Not the popular vote, but the Electoral College. He doesn't need people to vote for him to win. You know, it's the Electoral College, unless the elections go south, like Lisa is saying, and then they do a coup, and then these Republicans vote for Biden, he's gonna win. It's simple math, you know? So if he doesn't need people like us, why is he continue helping black communities? Why he continue with the Platinum Plan? Why he continue with unemployment? Every time that he goes there, Americans. He just talk about black people like Americans. He talk about Hispanic people, Americans. He don't, you know? It just makes me happy that I don't need to be paraded as a Hispanic voter for Trump, you know. I you know, just an American, you know. That's the thing. You know, by the way, you know when was the first time that Biden saw a clean-cut black American? When he met Barack Obama, and he say that shit, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you. But if that's what people like in America, yeah, it's very bad. Lisa,
Biden is the most openly unabashed, unashamed, racist person in politics. I mean, other people may be racist, but they're not open like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he just says, and it's not a gaffe, as the media like to say. A gaffe is like once, maybe twice every few years. This is his regular conversation. Like, this is legit how he thinks. This is his mind. This is how he sees black people. Biden is the most racist. I'm sorry, openly racist. Because again, there could be former racist politicians, but they're just, you know, they can hide it. But Biden is the most openly racist, as he even exclaimed, he is from a proud slave state.
So you know, Will G, he used the word manumission, you know, which is release from slavery, meritoriously released from slavery. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. What you're talking about? But my people got released from slavery many hundred years ago. Matter of fact, I don't have a single person in my family that can recall back of being slave or or have any recollection of anybody in their family of being slave. But we were slaves, you know, not to the point of having a farm and having a job and having a way of staying alive, but we just got wiped out, you know, just wiped out, you know, that was it, you know. Indigenous people of Puerto Rico, have a good day, but we're gonna kill you all. We're gonna keep the women and the children. Yeah, have a good day, you know. So I don't know what he's talking about when he talks about meritorious manumission. Do you know what he means with that, Lisa?
I don't know. I guess my chat's not updating.
Okay. Anyway, you wanna call you wanna call it for the day? How you feel?
Okay, there we go. Hey, Rich, what's up?
Rich is
Okay,
there.
I got my chat updated now.
Yeah, Rich, it's Philadelphia, man. And
I missed a lot.
It's very, very
Dang.
sad.
Wow, I missed a lot of chat. Woo. Okay. But yeah, we can call it a day.
Yeah. So next time we're gonna be live is gonna be on Thursday, same time, guys. Please share the video, like the video, comment on the video, and tell your friends to come on into the show. Something that we're gonna have is we're gonna have an open. I'm trying to implement an open Zoom call. Okay, it's for people just to enter the chat. You know, you be able to, instead of, you can either be on the chat here or you can be on the Zoom call. And you be live with us, you know, and then you can either ask your questions, give us your comments. It's gonna be epic. Trust me when I say this, it's gonna be epic. Because I really want to get feedback from you guys, because it's very easy for me to talk to you guys and to like on Will G. You know, I was able to give a bunch of my ideas on my topics and what I wanted to say about his comments, but I definitely want to get Will's reaction live, you know, so he has the same chance to rebuke, to, you know, to give, to say his mind. That's what I'm saying. So I'll be running this with Lisa, and hopefully we can agree on some of those terms. So anyway, Lisa, that's all I got.
Well, and Will, I see your latest comment, slave was a choice, right? Like, LOL, Kanye speak. Well, you know what? Just ask Nat Turner or Harriet Tubman, was slavery a choice? Because even though Nat Turner, he ended up dying, he chose not to be a slave. He chose not to be a slave. He's like, F this shit, is for the birds.
Correct.
Same with Harriet Tubman. Same with all the other people that ran away or fought and maybe died while fighting. They said, this is not for me. So if you look at it in that concept, yeah, it's a choice. But everybody that came out tonight, thank you so much for coming out. I'm sorry, I'm just so tired. I could not get dolled out to be on the show. Hopefully I will get some sleep, and then I'll be back on Thursday, beautiful and everything. But make sure you guys share this link with everybody. Thank you.
Have a good night, guys. Take care.